Hello everybody, it's me again, Elite Ewok, and I'm going to be playing a wee bit of Sniper Elite V2. So, Sniper Elite V2 is a tactical shooter game. It's made by Rebellion Developments for Windows, PS3 and of course Xbox 360. I'm playing on the PC version here, and playing a bit of multiplayer. I don't start off too well, as you will see very shortly. Graphically the game's pretty good. You can see just around the corner there's quite a bit of detail. I'm running on a HD 5770 AMD graphics card. It runs okay. This game seems to be one of the only games that runs okay on the 5770 on full. I think I do get about just around 60 FPS if I'm lucky. So basically multiplayer on this game is very much where you just sit about and you pretty much just do nothing. You camp like a sniper. In that sense it's very realistic. So yeah, I kinda like to use the third person view, which is of course by default. It's when you're moving around it's third person, but as soon as you start viewing or start looking down your scope, it's a first person view of the scope. So I try and take advantage of this third person camera by just scouting around the area, looking for any signs of movement at all, and even gunshots. Because of course bullet traces are visible for a wee short amount of time. In fact, I think you might see one soon. Let's see. There you go. There was it. He's in that top window. But I can't really get him from the angle I'm at. I did think about throwing a grenade, but I don't think I can throw a grenade that high, to be honest. The annoying thing with this game, if there is any, to be honest, is the whole fact that when you're zooming in with your scope, all you can hear is your heartbeat. That's all you hear. Just heartbeat after heartbeat after heartbeat. And then when you're using your binoculars, all you hear is heavy breathing. You're the most unfit sniper you could be. So yeah, I'm trying to find a way. I thought there were stairs in this building, but there's not, because I've gone into the wrong one. But if I look across the way, in fact you can hear the example of the heartbeats there. Sound wise this game's pretty good. There you go, heartbeat after heartbeat. The sensor, in fact, on the bottom left of the screen you can see what my heart rate is, 67, 66, 65. Basically what you want to do is have that down to around about 60, I think it's 64, or lower than that even, before you can slow down time. Multiplayer you can't slow down time, but you do zoom in more on your scope, and depending on which server you're on, a box comes up where the bullet will go, and the trajectory of the bullet. And you might be lucky enough to see that in this soon. Binoculars are very good. Why do you use them? Because you can zoom into quite a bit. I think it's 4 times zoom on them, maybe even 5. And of course if you see an enemy you can tag them and let your team know where they are. Alright, so more about Sniper Elite then. As I said, it's by Rebellion Developments, but it is based around the time of April-May 1945, so basically the Battle of Berlin. And you're playing the main character who's an American. He's an officer of the Strategic Services. Yes, very much so. So basically you've got to capture or eliminate the scientists involved in the German V2 rockets program. Yeah, exactly. It's pretty good, campaign's pretty good. There's quite a lot of parts where you've got to do it stealthily, or if you don't do that then you're absolutely screwballed, just for the sheer amount of enemies that come. There are an awful lot of DLC. I don't know how this guy didn't notice me. He ran right across me and I missed. I can't get him here, but I did get him there. Absolute idiot. That's the other thing with this game, it is incredibly hard to in the sense that if you stay in the trees or in the bushes or on the grass, someone will run past you and not notice you, just like shown there. I don't know what I'm quite doing here. I know there's a few guys in this building here, this blue one, and there's also a few guys blown out one to the left there. Just trying to look for any movement at all. Grenade goes off and I'm like, right, there's someone close by, so I'll set up a trip mine, which is quite handy. I think that's probably not going to get set off if someone runs over that because it's so close to the step, but hey, we'll see. The campaign's normally about, well, I would say it was about 8 hours long. If you're slow, it can be even slower if you do it more stealthily. So that goes and gets rid of that guy. You get two different types of grenades in multiplayer. You get the German equivalent, which is the steel hand grenade, and of course you get the good old classic, just a normal grenade that the Allied forces use. If anyone wants to tell me the exact terminology for that grenade, then feel free. And you also, of course, as I showed earlier, you get the strip mine, which comes in handy when you're trying to camp, which is essentially what you're doing in this game because it's sniper. You are camping. You have to be used to this. You know, if you're not used to people camping in COD and you don't like that, well, you're going to be playing a completely different ball game on this one. If you go running around, you piss everyone off. And to be honest, in this server, you only get a sniper rifle. You don't get a pistol. You don't get a submachine gun. Ah, there we go. It's at the bottom corner. F1 grenade. If anyone wants to tell me what F1 stands for, don't say Formula 1, because it's definitely not that. But yeah, if COD's your game, or Battlefield, in fact Battlefield I think you'd be quite suited to this, because the bullet trajectories in this game are pretty good. You can change the amount of wind, the difficulty within the game. For different servers you can make it so that when you're on servers you can have it so you can cross the map, so people are able to go from one side of the map to the other. And there's also servers where you can't, where there's sandbags along the middle of the map you can't cross. It's pretty good in that sense. They've thought about quite a lot of things in this game. But yeah, as you can see, I'm sat in pretty much in a very exposed area. No one seems to have noticed me for some bizarre reason. I'm still scouting the area for movement. Don't know if he was looking directly at me, but certainly his teammate was. Spawning in this game, it's not really an issue. I don't think I've ever had someone spawn right in the front. In fact, no, that's a lie, I have. Depending on what map you're on, the spawning, because you can go behind enemy lines and you can stand in the enemy spawn, if it's just you who's in the enemy spawn, it won't swap the spawns, and of course, enemy will spawn right in front of you and all you've got to do is get your pistol out, depending on what game mode and map you're on. Of course, you can... This one's a sloppy one, I can't seem to hit him because I'm not aiming high enough. But yeah, you can just shoot them with a pistol. Pistols normally about 2 to 3 shots to kill, depending on where you hit them. Headshots of course are 1 shot, but everywhere else it's 2 or above. Like foot, I think it's 3. Snipering, well, sniper round even, I think it's 1 shot kill mostly in this game, because to be honest, the caliber you're using and everything, it's just going to absolutely tear anything off it hits. Especially in the leg, you've lost your leg practically. Good luck walking to the shops with that one. So yeah, it's the games last around about 16 minutes each round. I'm trying to remember what the amount of points you can go up to. It's completely dependent on whoever's hosting the server. There aren't really any ranked servers. It's all just, you know, play around for fun, get kills. There's no ranking system. There's no leveling up. You can change your loadout at the start of every game, depending on what you want, up to the server conditions. So in that way, it's very fun. There's, you know, the competitive competitions between yourself and between players in the lobby. There's no really any way that you can compare your rank to any friends or anybody. So I quite like that aspect as well. Games like Call of Duty and Battlefield, of course, need those ranking systems, because otherwise you're not going to be playing. Well, to be honest, you will play multiplayer, but it's not the same feel if you're not unlocking things and you're not being able to go to your friend and say, hey, look, I've got more XP than you. But to be honest, the Sniper Elite, it's got no requirement, no need for a ranking system. There are only two different sniper rifles, I think, maybe even, you know, in multiplayer. Maybe 4, but you can only use 2 different varieties in one game. So, you know, you've only got one sniper rifle when you go out there. You can't change your class. Once you choose your class at the start of the game by setting your loadout, that is it for the rest of the game. If you want to change it, go home, mate. Just go home. I've played on this map quite a bit, so I know where all the people seem to hide. This window seems notorious for people, and that ledge. So there you go, you can see the red thing on the middle of the map on the little screen. I pressed the E key on my keyboard there to slow down time. It's called, I can't remember what it's called now. I'm thinking of bullet time, but that's Max Payne 3, so it's definitely not that. Having a bigger monitor on this game seems to help as well. And the fact that you can just see everything, any movement, just scope onto it instantly. If not, just whip out your binoculars and have a zoom in. Because what's going to happen? You're going to die. You're not going to lose XP. You're just going to lose a life. So what? Just respawn, try again, and then of course you know where they are. It's sometimes good to have someone in. Say if you're playing with friends on this game, have someone who, say there's no movement whatsoever, you've been sat for maybe 5 minutes where there's been no movement, no shots going across the map. Just send one of your teammates out across to go and get killed, and then you can watch exactly where the gunshots come from. There is co-op in this game, so yes, you can have a friend and play co-op. It's quite good because you can have someone who scouts about and tags everyone, and then of course the other one can tag everyone off. So you've got the spotter, and of course you've got the guy who can take out everyone. But you're both snipers, so you can go around and just shoot the hell out of everyone if that's what you want to do. Or you can both try and stealthily move around and just tag enemies but not take them down, just so you know where they are. What else is there? I'm trying to think. So multiplayer, campaign, solo campaign, co-op campaign. And I think that's about it. There's loads of DLC. You can kill Hitler in one of the DLCs, although I've not got that one, so I can't tell you more on that, but it looks pretty good. I might have to purchase that when it comes down in a Steam sale. So this game retails around about $29.99, but you can get it for quite cheaper than that. I think I got this for £20, I think. Can't remember. But it's retail key, Steam key enabled, so you can buy it out the shop if you find it cheap and redeem it on Steam, which is what I liked about it, because that's where the multiplayer runs through. Multiplayer runs through Steam. But I think you can. When it came down in the Steam autumn sale a couple of weeks back, in fact last week, it was down to £7.50 or £7.49. Absolute bargain of a price for this game. The campaign's pretty good, as I said already. Multiplayer's very addictive. You can come on it and just, you know, if you don't want to be running around like COD and getting shot and massacred all the time, you know, running around having a teammates that are absolute crap, you can just come on this, and to be honest, you can tear a team apart by yourself. That's the power of this game gives you, is that you can just tear other teams apart by yourself. a lone sniper. You all seem to be working alone in a team. No one really uses mics on this, which is kind of a downside, but it's also good because you don't get any, you know, you're not going to have any, I'm going to say it, 12-year-old, 13-year-old idiots on here, you know, squeaking away, going, ah, the man's over there, you know, go on, and shooting them and that. You know, you're not going to get that, because no one uses mics, and if you do, you can just mute them. So I suppose you could do that, but. You work in a team. There are the odd people that, you know, come on here hardcore and will chat in the team, you know, in the type chat. You can type chat out and you can tag people, and of course your teammates do tag people, and you take them out, and you tag people and they take them out. It's great fun. Anyway, that was Sniper Elite V2 multiplayer. As you can see, I joined a wee bit late and came second, so I'll take that. Not really bothered with that, but see my other videos, and so like and subscribe. Cheers guys.